Hello world, Jennifer here. Haven't put up a video in quite some time. Been trying to get some stuff done, including picking up some work, which I have done. I picked up an electrical job and the building is in pretty tough shape. So I've been focusing most of my time on doing that electrical work. Haven't forgot about anything else stuff that needs to get done. I got to get some other video left over from this summer edited into a decent video to go up after I get things done. I wanted to get an update video out because I haven't put a video up in quite some time. Yes, Christmas is in just a couple of days, so Merry Christmas to everyone. Please have a safe holiday, and remember, don't overindulge. Since the weather has turned cold here in Georgia, I've been trying to do some interior work. There is a little bit of tree work out there still. I have mixed feelings about filming myself doing tree work due to a lot of reasons of how I do tree work and what people would otherwise feel about the tree work that I do. I do the tree work my way. Whether some may feel that it's safe or unsafe, that's up to me due to the fact that I'm doing the work. Still going to work on some projects and things through the winter. We'll see if I can get some interior stuff done, some more machinery done. I've wanted to make a complete video series out of the climbing snatch block that I can either make a zip line for branches or brush out of a tree, since I'm looking at putting in bids on some larger tree jobs. I want to finish that climbing snatch block due to the fact that I did a tree job about 2 weeks ago that I had to bring a old marine block that was solid brass, and that was a little heavy going up the tree with. That's why I'd like to get my single aluminum snatch block put together the rest of the way, have it about a third of the weight of that brass double block. So I'm going to try to get that fixed up. I've just got to figure out how much the guy I know with a plasma CNC table to cut out some steel for me, how much he's going to want to do that. It is nice having some income from this job and be able to get a lot more of my own stuff done. We'll try to get you some video around the house and some other stuff of what's going on and where projects are. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Had to get out of that cold building with no heat. It's fun to work in for a couple hours, but it gets old really fast. Trying to work in that building since the weather here in Georgia has turned a little sour on us. It's turned into cold rain, and like I said here, being a couple of days before Christmas, it's just a little tough with as cold as it gets at night. I've made myself a little bit of a list of what I'd like to do and goals for the winter projects and maybe into the new year to see what can get done to make some interesting video series over. I want to, of course, finish that tree climbing snatch block, so as soon as the weather does warm up, or we do have a warm spell through the winter, I can get a little tree work in and everything else. The other thing I've done is I've designed a car charger with USB ports on it. It also has an audio amplifier in it because I never met a auxiliary input on a car radio that was worth anything, and they always seem to be quite weak. So I built a little amplifier and stuff, and let's see if we can get a good shot of it here for you, of one that's in process of being built. I build them on a little board. You can see the two USB ports and the output side of it. So I'm hoping to build a bunch of those, get those done, so I can have one in every one of my vehicles. So either I can charge something or plug into my phone into the radio and then have some decent volume without having to either turn the radio way up or burn battery on my cell phone. I'm trying to put together a decent design for the charger where I can get like two and a half amp per USB port. Right now I'm at 1 amp and it does okay, but I'd prefer to pick up the current on those to somewhere around 2.5, if not 3 amp, which would charge big iPads and everything else like that, or larger devices that now the 1 amp regulator has trouble. So I'm looking into trying to get a better design for that. All right, moving on. We have I need to add a bunch of better lighting in a lot of places, especially right here at my desk. If I'd like to continue filming, the lighting here for filming is not the greatest in the world. I got a lot of shadows and everything else, so I got to figure out something about how to get the lighting here at my desk better so it's easier to film. I'm a bit of a hot mess tonight, but I'd rather be a hot mess than in that cold building. The other thing that's happened with my desk is that my stepson was helping clean out a house and stuff, and he found a nice another monitor, another 19-inch monitor for me, and the video card I have is capable of doing dual monitors. So I might make a quick video, couple of videos about reworking my desk where I edit and everything else, where I do a lot of my electronic work and everything, to make it so that instead of the monitors sitting the way they are, one on top the case of my PC and one on the credenza of my desk, it doesn't help having to look up at the one because I can't angle it and the monitor seems all dark. It's only because of the view angle. So I'll probably make a couple of videos out of reworking my desk. So I'm hoping too that getting back to better lighting out in the basement where I do some of my machine work with the machines down there, due to the fact that the electrical job I have, they wanted the lighting change from just some very industrial fluorescent fixtures over to much more like retail accent lighting with just a big change. So I've ended up with the ability to get like a dozen 4-bulb fixtures to improve lighting in my garage for work on vehicles out there at night, maybe on an overcast day where we just need more light, in the basement around my machinery, and want to get a little woodworking area going so I can do some woodworking also, with especially if I do run into a decent tree. I'm looking at in the spring taking down a really nice red oak that I believe will have some absolutely wonderful wood in, get that milled and be able to do stuff. The other thing over the winter here I've been trying to do is put together, I'd like to film or produce a couple of documentaries about depression, why it is one of the most common but most misunderstood human conditions. I really don't want to say disease, because some people do see it as a disease, others don't. I see it as a mental condition, to say that you suffer from it. It really, at a lot of times, does not have any outward symptoms that show, but it's completely in the mind, which can be the worst thing that there is, to have things in your mind that aren't right. The other documentary I'd like to make is about the sustainable living movement. I have some friends that are trying to live as sustainably as they possibly can, growing their own food and being what you would call survivalists to a certain point, and interview a whole different variety of people in the amount of how they feel sustainable, or what they define as sustainable living, and if they are involved in a sustainable living movement at all. Of course, my continuing goal, of course, is to lose a little bit of weight, be more physically fit, so when spring comes, I don't have to take off a whole bunch of winter weight and everything else, and life is much easier if I am more physically fit. It helps in battling my depression, and just everyday life is a lot easier, especially since I picked up this electrical work. It has made life a lot easier. I've also kind of lost my ability here to be a bit smoother with, as they said in YouTube Academy, my conversation with the camera. Of just, yes, that's what I need to do, is have a smooth, articulate conversation with the camera. I'm hoping to film more so I can get more articulate and smooth in my conversations that I have with my audience. But to me, it's essentially having a conversation with the camera. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone for viewing, subscribing, liking. Please leave some comments. See what you feel about any of this stuff. I will try to get some more video out as work and other scheduling things. And if I'm able to film some of the electrical work and things that I do, I will certainly do that to try to cover, as I say, with my channel name of True Self Living, is to truly show you what my true self and what my entire life has to cover with what I do, how I do it. Hope people can learn, understand, and wishing everyone once again a Merry Christmas. Be safe out there, like I said, and we'll try to get into the new year. I'm hoping to have a very successful and happy new year. So please, in the end, please like, subscribe, share if you can, and I'll see y'all soon.